In some breaking news coming in from Bangladesh, Bangladesh has announced that it will boycott the T20 Cricket World Cup in India. The decision coming a day after the International Cricket Council, or ICC, rejected Bangladesh's demand for a hybrid model under which some matches would have been played outside of India. Bangladesh had sought to host its T20 World Cup fixtures at a neutral venue, but with the ICC turning down that proposal, Dhaka has now officially opted to pull out of the tournament altogether. After all the back and forth, now Bangladesh choosing to boycott the upcoming T20 World Cup. Bangladesh refusing to play in India, citing security reasons, and asking the ICC for its matches to be shifted outside of India, possibly to Sri Lanka, which is also a co-host of. And eventually ICC turning down Bangladesh's request both for shifting all of their matches outside and some of their matches in the hybrid model. The Bangladesh Cricket Board now left embarrassed as the International Cricket Council is set to announce a replacement team instead of Bangladesh. There were talks that it could possibly be Scotland, but we don't know for sure. We have Mahavir Rawat now joining us on the phone line. Mahavir, what an embarrassment for the Bangladesh Cricket Board, and now we're all wondering which is going to be that replacement country. That's all there is left. So because Bangladesh has officially chosen to opt out or boycott the Cricket T20 World Cup, and this has to be taken up very seriously by the ICC for future tournaments as well, isn't it?
Look, two or three things that you have said, I would like to clarify one of them. Embarrassment for them is, it is not an embarrassment for Bangladesh. It's because they have qualified for the World Cup as a national policy that they have taken not to travel to India. So let them allow at least to take a decision on themselves. And I'm sure they have understood their repercussions. Now what has happened is that Scotland is ready. They are waiting for the ICC official confirmation, and Scotland would come and be a part of it. And there are further repercussions to it. And whether I understand that we are Indians and we are supposed to stand by everything that we do. But as a journalist, sometimes that's what differentiates us from the common voice. I mean, I'm sorry, but just a year back, we had a host called Pakistan, and which had organized a T20 World Cup, and all the matches of a host country, which they were supposed to play in their home. And the first time in the history of ICCI, the host had to go out of their home and play for the another country. So let's understand, it's all money game, it's all politics game, and it's not a sports in anywhere. So yeah, we told them that we didn't want one of their players in their IPL. We shunted that player out of our IPL by whatever pressure. And now if that country has decided not to travel to India, but because just imagine, if we don't want one player of them, how will we allow 16 players of them to come into that country? And if that country has doubted over some security or anything, so what is going to happen? Either they are going to play in their very hostile cricket grounds of our country, or they would be played in an empty stadium, and neither of them would be looking good in the eyes of sports. So it's better that they do not come, and whatever repercussions, I'm sure they have taken into consideration all of that.
Yeah, Mahavir, fair enough. The only thing I want to ask is that this puts the ICC in a pickle, because this will have to, if countries keep doing this, then it becomes impossible to hold ICC tournaments in the first place.
There is no ICC. There is only BCCI. There is no ICC. I'm sorry, whoever is telling you that ICCI is governing the cricket is in a myth or is in a drama. It's just like, first we used to say that there is United Nations. There is no United Nations. There was only America. So the cloud that America had in UN is the same as the BCCI has in ICC. So there is no ICC. Whatever is happening in ICC is done by BCCI. And I think they have given a message that we don't need Bangladesh in the world of cricket.
Okay, so are you then predicting more such ousters of Bangladesh from future ICC tournaments?
Definitely, wherever India and Bangladesh would play. I mean, look, first of all, it's very difficult for other countries to host a cricket, because hosting a cricket is not a very economical, viable tournament for countries other than India, subcontinent. Like Sri Lanka does not have an infrastructure to hold such a huge tournament on by itself. So it's only India, because India has been making grounds and grounds and grounds. So if you count, there are nearly 50 grounds which are topmost construction that has happened. So for the last 5 years, we are seeing everything is being done in India, and everything, we have forgotten what Wankhede was, we have forgotten what Eden Garden was. Now everything is, Gujarat and Narendra Modi Stadium. So what I am saying is that tomorrow, if Bangladesh is out of it, I'm sure it will do something to sustain itself. It will have its own league, or their players will boycott, or their players. But after all, it's the government decision. We playing in a country, we playing not against a country, we shaking hands against a country. It's not the decision that we leave to the players, it's a government decision. And Bangladesh players want to play cricket, but it's just the government that is telling them not to do this. So they have to, they don't have to come to India and fight the elections. They have to fight elections in their own country. So they are taking decisions which is going to favor their country.
Mahavir, I'm just wondering, if this entire episode could have been avoided, because, Mustafizur not being part of IPL, that's an Indian tournament at the end of the day. India choosing because of its own political reasons. But this is an international multilateral tournament, and Bangladesh can choose to not come to play India for a series, for T20 series or something like that. That is still fair in terms of reacting to the exclusion of Mustafizur. But this is a global tournament at the end of the day.
No, look, tell me one thing. If we are a host, and if some host comes to your, like, suppose you are a host and some 4-5 friends come to your house, you have invited them. If someone is uncomfortable in sleeping in one room because whatever reason, what do you tell them? To get out of the house? I'm sure you accommodate them, right? In 1996, if you remember, Australia and West Indies refused to go to Sri Lanka because of security reasons. So they were cut their 2 points, because that happened during the tournament or before 1 month. So now, if there are options that, 2 months before the World Cup, if we know that this is a problem, and Bangladesh said that you can put us to Sri Lanka. So the problem is not here to play cricket or to accommodate Bangladesh. The problem is to give a statement. It is either my way or it is highway.
Okay, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Mahavir Rawat, sports journalist. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on News 9.